up, my father, and eat my wild game so you can give me your blessing. But Isaac asked him, Who are you? And Esau replied, It's your son, your firstborn son Esau. Isaac began to tremble uncontrollably and said, Then you just served me wild game. I have already eaten and blessed him just before you came. And yes, that blessing must stand. When Esau heard his father's words, he let out a loud and bitter cry. Oh, my father, what about me? Bless me too, he begged. But Isaac said, Your brother was here and he tricked me. He has taken away your blessing. Esau exclaimed, No wonder his name is Jacob, for he has cheated me twice. First he took my rights as a firstborn, now he has stolen my blessing. Oh, haven't you saved even one blessing for me? Isaac said to Esau, I have made Jacob your master and have declared that all his brothers will be his servants. I have guaranteed him an abundance of grain and wine. What is left for me to give you, my son? Esau pleaded, But do you have just one blessing? Oh, my father, bless me too. Then Esau broke down and wept. Okay? Now the story starts there. Now Jacob flees to Padan. Okay, now we're going to catch up to where we started at. Okay, Jacob flees to Padan. Okay. Now, from that time on, okay, no, the rest of it says, Finally his father said to him, You will live away from the riches of the earth, and away from the dew of the heaven above. You will live by your sword, and you will serve your brother. But when you decide to break free, you will shake the yoke off your neck. Okay? Now Jacob flees to Padan. I'm getting somewhere because I got a story. I'm telling a story with scripture. Again, we're talking about, I will do a new thing, and you said the Lord, available on highwaytoheavenchurch.net. Okay? Vengeance is mine, said the Lord, I will repay. Which talks about how to win the battle in the war against spiritual forces of darkness in the heavenly realms. Hit me up on Facebook at Dr. Sylvia Black to learn more. And also about the Gospel Praise Party on August 4th. You can hit me up and visit my email YouTube address at sblack3001. Okay, now Jacob flees to Padan, where his mother's brother is. So that's his uncle, I think. Now from that time on, Esau hated Jacob because their father had given Jacob the blessing. And Esau began to scheme, I will soon be mourning my father's death. Then I will kill my brother Jacob. But Rebekah heard that Esau's plans, so he went for Jacob and told him, Listen, Esau is consoling himself by plotting to kill you. Okay, so listen carefully, my son. Get ready to flee to my brother Laban in Haran. Stay there with him until your brother cools off. When he calms down and forgets what you have done to him, I will send for you to come back. Why should I lose both of you in one day? Then Rebekah said to Isaac, I'm sick and tired of these little Hittite women. She would rather die than see Jacob marry one of them. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about what happened. Why did all this mess happen to Jacob? Okay, he seemed like a good man, right? Okay, Jacob, he was tricked by his uncle when he wanted to marry Leah. Remember? Okay, now Laban, he would ask him. He said, "How much do you want me to? How much can I pay you? You shouldn't just work for me for free because you're my relative." And Jacob said, "Give me Rachel." Okay, he says, "Okay, I'd rather you have him than anybody else." Okay, but then when the time came, he slipped to Leah, who was the older daughter. When Jacob confronted Laban and asked him, "Why have you tricked me?" Then Laban said, "It's not our custom to marry off the older daughter before the younger one." And Jacob, my question from Jacob, if I was Jacob, I would have said, "Well, why you didn't tell me that in the first place? Why you didn't tell me that it's not your custom to marry off the older daughter first? That I would have been forced to marry Leah. Then I could have made a decision whether I wanted to stay or not. You know what I mean? But you tricked me. You lied." Okay, now what reason did Laban have to lie? Maybe that's in his nature. Maybe he's used to lying and deceiving people. I mean, look at his niece Rachel, Jacob's mother. She schemed against her own husband to bless the wrong son just because she liked him more. That wasn't right. Okay, but how did Esau handle his anger? Esau was mad enough at Jacob that he was going to kill him. He said, "I'm going to kill him. Not I feel like I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him." Okay, and what happened? He had control over his anger because he was able to wait until his father died. Okay, he didn't go right then and there and kill him. You know what I mean? He waited, so he was able to control his anger. That means that you and I have the ability of controlling our anger as well. You know what I mean? There's 3 words that we can say to help do that, and that's peace, be still. Those are the same 3 words that Jesus spoke when he was on the boat, talking to the waves, and when Jonah had escaped on the boat, and all the people thought that they were going to die. As soon as they threw Jonah overboard, then the water ceased immediately. Okay? When God says you got to move, baby. Okay? So now Esau had control over his anger, though. You know, Esau had control over it, so we say peace, be still. So there was a way that he could control it. Okay, but what was Jacob's benefit? How did he benefit from handling his anger in a proper manner? And why did these things happen to Jacob in the first place? We can look at him in the spiritual, if you will. Okay? And we go back to when Esau sold his birthright to his brother Jacob. Okay? Now, briefly, as the boys grew up, Esau, now we're reminiscing. As the boys grew up, Esau became a skilled hunter. He was an outdoorsman, but Jacob had a quiet temperament, preferring to stay at home. Isaac loved Esau because he enjoyed eating the wild game Esau brought home, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Rebekah was Jacob's mother, and Isaac was Esau's father. Isaac was also Jacob's father, and Rebekah was also Esau's mother. One day when Jacob was cooking a stew, Esau arrived home from the wilderness exhausted and hungry. You know how sometimes when you cook a meal, you put all your herbs and your spices in it on purpose so that it can smell up the house, the aroma? You know what I mean? That's what he did. He started cooking. He planned it. Esau said to him, I'm starved. Give me some of that red stew. This is how Esau got his other name, Edom, which means red. All right, Jacob replied, but trade me your rights as your firstborn son. Look, I'm dying of starvation, said Esau. What good is my birthright to me now? But Jacob said, first you must swear that your birthright is mine. So Esau swore an oath thereby, selling all his rights to his firstborn to his brother Jacob. Then Jacob gave him some bread and some lentil stew. Esau ate the meal and got up and left, and he showed contempt for the rights of his firstborn. Okay? That's one reason why all of this mess happened to Jacob. Because he tricked his brother, so now his uncle's tricking him. Okay, what goes around comes around. Just like it says, vengeance is mine, said the Lord, I will repay. You know, because vengeance is mine. First of all, Jacob was probably looking over his shoulder every minute, everywhere he went, because his brother was going to kill him for what he did. And when he said something, he meant it. Okay, he was going to, just take him out of here for what he did. That's how man he was. Then he would have been blessed. He wouldn't have had no brother to bow down to. This is available on the highwaytoheavenchurch.net. His vengeance is mine, said the Lord, I will repay. Okay? A lot of little things happen in between that, which I'm not going to go into detail about, but I will tell you briefly a little bit. Okay, Esau gets married. Okay, and then Jacob marries Rachel and Leah. Okay? Then Jacob has many children. Okay, I'm just going to continue where I was going. You want to read the story? The story is from Genesis 34 to 34 verse 10 to 37. Okay? Now, as a result of Jacob not having, first of all, Jacob had it coming to him. Okay, what goes around comes around. Okay, you're not going to get away with doing what you're going to do, and think that it's all right. God says, vengeance is mine, said the Lord, I will repay. He's going to exert his vengeance on you. First, he got him in his mind because he was like afraid everywhere he went. Oh, where's my brother Esau is going to kill me? My brother, he's scared to death. His heart probably pumping out his chest. You know what I mean? Not knowing what to do, and nobody can help him. But he doesn't realize that or remember that until after he gets tricked by Laban. This is what what is being suggested to me, that he didn't even think twice about what he had done to his brother until after these things had happened to him. First, he was tricked by marrying another woman. Then he was forced to work 14 years for a woman he was supposed to work 7 years for. That's not right. Okay? Okay, no, but Jacob was able to have, so then Jacob decided he was going to make peace. And when he laid down and he had a dream, that's when he dreamt about the ladder. Okay, ascending and descending. And then at some point in there, Jacob wrestles with an angel, and gets develops a limp. Okay, and then now he decides to make peace with his brother Esau. So he sends a messenger over to Esau and whatnot, and then tells Esau he's going to present him with gifts. Okay, he's even saying that I'm your servant now. He's saying, sir, calling him, with a position of notoriety, respect. Okay, and his brother replied, is the messengers come back and tell him, your brother has about 100 men with him, and they say they're coming to see you. They coming to see you, baby. He didn't say whether they're coming to kill him or not. He said, but they're coming to see you. Okay, and here Jacob, now Jacob's probably really getting scared. Oh my God, what's going to happen when he gets here? You know what I mean? Oh, la, 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 la. He's getting all scared and everything. What's going to happen now? What he did to his brother is stole his birthright, and he stole, his birthright is something that you're inherited to as a result of you being born. Okay, he was the firstborn. He stole his birthright. Okay, he also stole his blessing by tricking his father. The only thing that Jacob was interested in is my skin is not hairy like my brother's hair, like my brother's arm is. How can I trick my father? That's the only thing he was thinking about, is how he can trick his father. He's just like his mother, so he's just as guilty as she is for scheming against him. Okay, so he flees the background. So God says, vengeance is mine, said the Lord, I will repay. You don't know if the boy coming to kill him or not. HighwayToHeavenChurch.net. You can watch the rest of it on YouTube at SBlock 3001. Okay, join me next week right here on Time Warner Public Access TV Channel 20 at Buffalo Time Warner Public Access TV Channel 20, Buffalo, New York, 6:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. And I also want you to join me at visit me on Dr. Facebook on Facebook as Dr. Sylvia Black. Okay, you can email me at sblock3001@gmail.com. And I want to thank you for joining me today. The rest of this message you can view it on YouTube at sblock3001. Okay, holla at a sister, y'all.